Welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Bitsko, and I'm a retired police captain with 24 years of experience. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about courage, resilience, and leadership. Today, I'm going to talk about courage, but not in the first responder field. Talk about it more when it comes to normal, everyday citizens stepping up and doing what they need to do to save lives. So during the 1 October incident, I saw so many acts of bravery that really went unnoticed. I saw normal citizens using bike racks as stretchers to get injured people out while getting shot at. There were normal people giving first aid, CPR, doing everything they could to save lives at great personal risk. And this was mirrored on so many other critical incidents that I responded to. One at the UNLV active shooter, and I talked about this on our longer podcast. There was a student there, and she was a security guard at one of the properties just off the strip. And when the shooting started and people were getting out, there was another lady in a wheelchair in the building, and she grabbed that lady and wheeled her out. Didn't know her, had never met her before, and she risked herself to save a complete stranger. And it really got me thinking about how courage isn't reserved for a title. It's not reserved for people that, do a first responder job or in the military. Literally anybody has an opportunity to be courageous. And it also doesn't have to be these grandiose things. Courage can sneak up in the middle of the night as a parent when you have to make the hard decision on, hey, my kid is sick. Do I need to take him to the hospital? Are they going to be okay? Having the courage to make those decisions. I mean, we see these things mirrored in everyday life, and everybody is capable of doing the brave thing when it counts, when it matters. I had a perfect example. I was a young cop, and I went on domestic violence, sounded violent, and generally you park and you wait for a backup officer. You want two officers on domestic violence. That can be the most volatile and dangerous thing a police officer could do. So I did what I was trained. Was parked on the same side of the street, a couple houses down, waiting for my backup officer that was still a couple minutes away. While I was waiting, the female victim ran out of the house, and the male suspect came out and was battering her, like hitting her in front of the house. And so at this point, I get out of my car and I run up there, and I'm a very young officer. I go hands on with the suspect, and the fight is on, and it is a full knockdown, drag out fight. Like, we're rolling around on the ground, and the suspect is starting to get the better of me. I'm starting to lose the fight. And in policing, if you lose a fight, it's real that you could die, right? I have a gun. Every fight has a gun in it because I had a gun on my hip. And as I'm, again, in the process of fighting this guy, and now he's on top and he's hitting me out of nowhere, like a flash, a firefighter who's holding short down the street in a rig to give medical because it sounded violent, saw me in the fight. He got out of his car, he ran, he grabbed the guy and basically just tackled him and was on top of him and subdued him. So I get my handcuffs out, we get him into custody. Backup gets there, we put him in the car, and I go talk to this firefighter. I'm like, hey, man, I really appreciate it. That guy was getting the best of me. And he's like, oh, no, I saw. And it turns out he was in the military before he was a firefighter, was special forces. And he's like, I saw what was going on, and I wasn't going to let you get the crap kicked out of you. So again, not his job. I get that he had some experience, outside what we talked about earlier with the, normal citizens stepping up. But I was very grateful that he was there that day because he really did save me. And so what I'll ask is, a little bit of self-reflection is we're all going to be confronted with moments where we can either step up or we can go the other direction. So you're driving down the street and you see a car accident, you can keep driving or you can stop and give help. You see what looks like a domestic violence or a fight, you can pull out your phone, you can call it in, or you can go the other direction. We all have moments and we all have the opportunity to do the brave thing. And so, what I'll ask is, in your life, Ask yourself, what are those moments to you? And what do you expect of yourself when things get hard? So I want to thank you for listening to the podcast today. If you liked what you heard, please share it with a friend or subscribe or leave a review. And thank you for spending some time with me.